What's up, everybody? I'm back on live. I hope you guys are doing good. Things for me have been a little crazy lately. Where do I even begin? So we went to the beach like 2 days ago, and I went for a walk. It was like the first warm day of the year, so Katie had to go to the beach. So I wanted to go to the beach too, to be honest. But we head over to the beach, and I walked. I had a normal day on the beach, but then I ended up. I did too much, to be honest. I did way too much, and then my body's charging me for it. So, then we had some family come over. Sorry, yesterday. I'm a total mess, so y'all don't mind me. I had some family come over yesterday. So when the family came over yesterday, I pushed through the day because I wanted to, show them around town and stuff. So then today, I was in bed all day. Like, I literally just now woke up. Just in bed all day. I tried editing some videos throughout the day, but I really couldn't. Because I'm back on the pain stuff, and once I take that stuff, I just can't really concentrate anymore. Like, I just sit there and sleep all day. And then my blood pressure in the morning was really low. And then after I ate, it got really high because I ate too late. Anyways, my body's been a mess lately, so I have been feeling miserable. But you just gotta keep looking forward. Keep looking forward to life. And just keep hustling. You just gotta keep pushing on. You just gotta keep going. Hopefully things get better. It's been kind of crazy though. But I'm excited that it's finally warm enough to go to the beach. So tonight's gonna be cold for some reason, but I think this may be like the last little cool down. Like I'm wearing just a t-shirt, but I think it might get cold enough to where you need a sweater tonight. But it might be like the last cold front of the year. Sunday. Good evening from Gainesville, Florida, down in the swamp. All right, Blue Steel, welcome on board. We got Gainesville in the house. Get yourself checked out. Well, I see doctors a lot now. I'm waiting until I get paid to see my doctor again because I gotta get a lot of refills when I see my doctor probably. So I gotta wait till I get paid to see the doctor again. I'm doing physical therapy, and the physical therapy is just. I'm trying to hang in there, but I don't know. They say pain and torture, but I don't know if that's a joke or if that's real. But the physical therapy got me were bad. Oh, mira esto, mi gente. Mario Antonio Crespo, mexicano. Dice, I hope you feel better. Never give up. Florida's a great state. No, aquí se disfruta, bro. I mean, we finally got warm enough to go to the beach yesterday. And today actually was really windy, so it's kind of weird because yesterday was a warm day. And then today it got really, really windy. It got so windy that this morning a sperm whale got beached in Venice, Florida. Now, that's something me and Katie would have gone to see, but we were so tired today we didn't go see it. But there's a beached whale in Venice right out. Venice is like, you got Branson, Sarasota, and then Venice is the next town over. So, like, no lie, like 35, 40 minutes away from here, there's a 70-foot beached whale. The beach is hard to walk on. Yeah, the beach, walking on that sand is hard. But I used to walk 5 miles on the beach without a problem before I got hurt, so I'm kind of used to it, but my body can't do it right now. I hope these things are getting well for Jose. Good luck. Today I've been dizzy. What happened to my back? So I got injured, but I'm not allowed to talk about it, Teresa. My lawyer put the Trump order on me, the gag order. My lawyer put the Trump order on me, gagged me up. Says I can't talk about it, which makes me mad because I treat my audience like family, but it is what it is. What the crap are you gonna do? But I got hurt. And I had a medical procedure that went to crap, and here I am sitting here 7 months later, still walking with a walker sometimes. Today's definitely a walker day. Yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of shark teeth in Venice. What's that beach called over there? Is it Caspian Beach? What's it called? That beach over there where they found a lot of shark teeth? But man, can you imagine that? A 70-foot whale. If I was feeling good, I'd have gone to check it out. I would have gone to Venice to check it out. It's only like a 40-minute drive from here, but I'm not today. Wanting today. Today hasn't been it. It has not been it, man. I've just been. But well, I hope you win that court battle, Jose. I hope it doesn't go to court. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, that's the type of stuff you probably best not even talk about on the internet. You gotta listen to your lawyers. And that's the thing, a lot of YouTubers like to talk all their stuff on the internet, and that just opens up a can of worms. Like, I'll tell you guys how I'm feeling that one day I'll do a live stream or something, but that's about as much, you know. Oh, were they able to dispatch it at dark? By dispatched it, you mean they shot it? Like they killed it? Am I taking any medications for the pain? So yes, I am on trauma. I took one today, which is crazy because I got off them for like 18 days. But when I started physical therapy, the pain came back with physical therapy to the point where I had to get back on them. And I'm actually running kind of low, so I might have to go get some more. And that's not cheap. But you have to do a drug test before they give it to you. That's if the doctor wants to give it to you. Doctor may not want to continue giving me this stuff. They don't really just want to hand that stuff out to people anymore because people misuse it. You're going to need to lose weight. You'll feel better. Yeah, but I can't work out. I can only diet. And like today, my blood pressure got so low that I don't even know. And it's weird because I've never had low blood pressure problems. I don't even want to talk about it. If a hurricane hits, I live far inland. It is what it is. I live far inland, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, okay, the bridge operator, they finished it. Okay, that's pretty sad, man. That's pretty sad. I figured they wouldn't be able to get it back out there. Florida can't. If it was anywhere else in the world, they'd figure out how to get that well back out there. Leave it up to Florida, not figure out how to get the well back in the water. Anywhere else in the world, they would have got that well back into the ocean. Leave it up to Florida to not be able to do it. Why do I hate Charlotte so much? So first of all, I don't hate Charlotte. I'm just making money off of it. So I'll tell you what happened, Recharge. So it's not that I hate Charlotte. I don't really hate the place. I've been there a few times. It's not about hating Charlotte. It's just, right now, I'll give you an idea. So the problem ain't me. The problem is Charlotte. Look, I got my top 4 videos for the last 3 months straight have been 4 shorts out of Charlotte. Okay? I've gotten like in the last, let me see, in the last 6 months or more, let's say like in the last 6 months, I've probably gotten 4 million views out of Charlotte. So if the internet's biting it, the internet's biting it. Whatever I'm doing is working. But you got to understand, the first time we went to Charlotte, we were attacked by somebody who was probably trying to carjack us. Then the second time we went to Charlotte, somebody did attack us, and we did record it. And then there was other stuff in the background you guys don't know about. Charlotte really has been a horrible city to us, man. It's not that I hate Charlotte. It's just, in reality, Charlotte has really been a crap hole for us. It really has. Like, every time we've been in Charlotte, something bad has happened to us. I don't hate the place. I don't give a crap. I'll say anything. When I'm doing my travel videos, I'm a travel YouTuber. I'm gonna make my video blow up. You know what I mean? So it's not. Okay, I'm gonna re-put your comment up. Recharge. I think they blocked your comment, but I put it back up. Part of Charlotte, North Carolina is dangerous. So the problem with Charlotte, North Carolina, like, it's not a dangerous city as a whole, but like, it's a weird city in that, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but there is a lot of crime because every time we've gone there, it's like, the first time we went to Charlotte, we were parked behind this Dominican restaurant somewhere, and a car pulled up. Now, I was on point. I caught it, and I drove off. but there was 4 people in a Mercedes-Benz. They all opened their doors. They were going to get out and carjack us. I figured they were going to try to carjack us, but I ran up on them, and they weren't able to get me. Okay, so that happened. I made a video saying it happened, but it didn't really, like, I didn't really capture what happened. We go back to Charlotte again. When we go back to Charlotte again, we get attacked at a homeless camp. There's a homeless camp, and I was driving around the outskirts of the homeless camp trying to figure out where I could park. And I saw this dude, and I was like, okay, this dude's definitely going to attack me. So what I did was, before he made a move on me, like, I already saw him. So, like, the thing about Charlotte is, like, everything that's happened to us has been, like, really, like predator stuff. Like, you see it, you know what's about to happen, you react before they get to react. And that dude, that video that, you know, that's on the internet where the guy chased me down, dude, that's never happened to me anywhere in America. So there's 2 times that we've been in Charlotte and we've had people try to hurt us. So how do you think I'm going to feel about a place if you go to a city one time and one thing happens and you go back to the city again, something like that happens again? That pretty much lets you know that this city and you know what I mean? And the problem too is, like, every Charlotte video I do blows up, okay? And it blows up because the people there are, like, in denial about it, you know, like, they don't want to admit that it's happening. It's like they're in denial about, like, all the crime that's there. But and the other thing, like, when it comes to Charlotte, like, most cities, you know where the hood is at. Like, everybody knows all the hoods over there. But in Charlotte, I'll be honest, like, nobody, like, we couldn't find any information on the internet about Charlotte. So when it came to finding the bad neighborhoods in Charlotte, we literally had, and this is a huge urban area, we literally had to explore the whole city to find the bad neighborhoods because there was nothing on the internet about it. So it seems like when it comes to Charlotte, there's a lot of, they're very sensitive about it, you know? So I live right outside of Charlotte, and I love it. Just got to stay out of the hood parts of the city, and you're good. It's a great city for the most part. Yeah. It's like anything else, you know. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? I hope you're feeling better. Aquí estamos, Oscar, más o menos. And you're right, it sucks. But the thing is, like, I've never had this happen to me in Atlanta. Never had it happen in Miami. But maybe one time many years ago. I did have that happen to me in Miami, like, one time. But it was, like, a very long time ago. So the Miami story was, like, I'm talking like in the 2000s. Like, me and Katie were just, I don't know, we must have been, like, in our 20s. So we're talking, like, 15 years ago. Like, 13 years ago, right? We're in Miami. Maybe, like, 2010 or something. I don't know. Am I black? Yeah. Yeah. I'm a black man. I identify as a black man. I got my J's on right now. I was just letting the boozy. You hear me? Sometimes I'm black. It depends on what I'm doing. I am African because my grandpa was born in the Canary Islands. My grandpa was born in the Canary Islands in Africa, so I am African. With the fresh shave. Yeah, I did shave, man. Look, so what I'm doing now, I don't know what this was like. I got irritated at my face and that happened, but like, my beard line comes, like, all through here, and there's a beard in this, so I'm only I don't want it, like, I don't want to have a beard around my mouth, so I just, all this has to, you know, like, all that, like that. Yesterday I've been to Miami, the downtown Brickell, Wynwood districts. How was Wynwood? Was it crazy in Wynwood? Because they said that all the people that were supposed to go say the N-word. So the thing about the N-word is, when I was younger, I used to have it in my vocabulary, but the thing about the N-word is, see, it's a vulgar word, okay? So I'm not uncomfortable with the racial context of it. I'm uncomfortable with the fact that it's an offensive word, okay? So I got black friends, and all my black friends at some point or another might hear it, because I want, if you're my black friend, we gotta have, there can't be a barrier between us. My black friends have to be close to me, and I gotta see how they can't be uncomfortable around me. You know what I mean? I don't want that uncomfortableness. So at some point or another, I'll do it on purpose to all my black friends. But and not to be offensive, but the thing about that word is, regular vocabulary, it's a vulgar and offensive word. So why would you say something that's vulgar and offensive? Do you hear me say the F word? You don't hear me cursing on a day-to-day basis, do you? When have you ever heard me curse? Unless like somebody hits me upside the head with a pot or something, I'm not cursing. So the problem with that word is that it comes from a vulgar. It's a vulgar thing to say. Why would you say something that you know offends people? That doesn't make any sense to me. To go around saying something that would hurt, that would. Why would you offend people? You get what I'm saying? And the other part of that word too is that I speak Spanish, and in Spanish, the N word is the color black. So the Americans are very sensitive about things that other people are not. Like I'm Cuban foremost. Like when I see a black Cuban, I see a Cuban first and black second. You know what I mean? But like here in America, people call themselves African Americans. Like they put the black before the American. But Cubans, we don't do that. You know what I mean? Like I don't really. That's an American. That's an American sentiment. It's something that makes Americans feel sensitive. But I'm not American in that sense. I was born in Cuba. I'm from the Caribbean islands. I grew up around the neighborhood that was black people in Cuba. So what I went to Whitney Young Elementary School in Louisville, Kentucky. What do you think the first word I learned in English was? ¿Qué pasa, Sede? Hope you feel better, man. Tranquilo. Okay, so my first elementaries, hola mi negro, ¿qué vuelta mi negro? Aquí estamos tranquilos. See, in Spanish, es mi negro. Like, it's not offensive in Spanish. It's a term of endearment in Spanish, just like it is in English, except in Spanish, it's a color, not a profanity. Talking linguistically as a language. I'm African American myself. I see an American before I see African American myself, so I see where you're coming from. It depends what part of the country you're from, too, man. These people in the South, they on some. We don't do politics here. Shilling heavy, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not talking about politics. What are your thoughts on Melbourne, Florida? They got a nice beach. Beautiful beaches in Melbourne, Florida. Melbourne, Florida has beautiful beaches. African Americans are treated harshly, yep, and identify, yeah. You got to understand, too, that black, yeah, that's right. African Americans get treated really bad in this country. So, like, what I tell American people is, if an African American person wants to complain about something, or they have, just let them do what they got to do, because you don't know what type of weight they're carrying on their chest. You ain't never lived in their position. People don't know the rules. You're not black. Don't say the N-word. Again, that's like the deep South type thing. In Florida, for example, that doesn't exist. In South Florida, for example, blacks say it, whites say it, Hispanics say it. It doesn't carry the same context. You have to understand, like, that context of offense comes from Alabama, North Florida, the deep South, basically. But, like, New York, in New York, white people say it. In Miami, white people say it. Los Angeles, Mexicans, some Mexicans say it. Mexicans are starting to drop it in some places. But it's like Americans are so sensitive that they get offended by everything. I feel like people today just get offended by stuff. I'm not going back to Montgomery for anything. I hope I never have to go back to that place. Lots of development in Crystal River, the whole mall area. Even Katie's like, yeah, we ain't going to Alabama right now. I look Cuban, yeah. Yeah, Crystal River has a lot of Crystal River has a lot of, like, there's a little bit of commerce going on. I always like Lecanto's a nice little area there. Have you been to Albuquerque, New Mexico? Yeah, that place is in horrible condition, man. What a dump. It's a beautiful city. See the thing about Albuquerque? Albuquerque is a beautiful city, beautiful culture, incredible food, cool people. But boy, do they have a crime problem in Albuquerque. Homelessness and crime there is out of control. Mostly in Broward County, everyone says the N-word a lot. Exactly. It varies from place to place. But I'm going to ask you guys again. My first elementary school when I was 6 years old, my first elementary school in the United States was off of Muhammad Ali Boulevard on the west side of Louisville. Okay? I went to elementary school in the west end of Louisville. What do you think the first word I learned in English was when my school was 99% black, 95%, let's say 96% black? What do you think those little kids taught me how to say? The first thing, what do you think when if a school is 99% black and there's only like 5 kids that are not black, what do you think they teach those kids right off the bat? Hello, you know what I mean? Yes, it's the first word I learned in English. It's like when I at least you didn't go to elementary here, so like when people tell me, oh, you can't say the N word, okay, I don't say it because it's vulgar and offensive. But backtracking too, I went to an elementary school where it was 97% black, and the first thing that my black friends taught me in school was the N word. That was the first word I learned in English. Okay, the first thing I learned in English was that. They taught me that. They thought it was cool for us to say that. Because I guess their parents, I don't know what. I don't know what the reason was, but every white kid in that school got to pass all day long. That was in West Louisville, so. It's the first thing that they taught me in English. I think it's a stupid word to say. Well, the problem is that it's a profanity. And I don't curse. When have you heard me cursing? What's the second word you learned? What's the matter? What's the matter? Which was followed by the first word. What's the matter? That was a catchphrase back then. What's the matter? And then what's the matter with you? And what's up? Do you identify as conservative or liberal? No, I don't vote. I'm not a registered voter. I don't care for liberal policies, and I don't care for politics. So to me, it's the same garbage can. You want to eat out of a green garbage can or you want to eat out of a purple garbage can? I don't participate in politics. So I'm not neither one. I see the hypocrisy in everything, you know. Obviously, you know, I don't believe in politicians. You can't become a politician without being crooked. It's impossible to become a politician without being a crook. Do you guys own houses? Yeah, we've had houses in the past. But right now we're renting because our lives become more transient from place to place trying to find the right thing. We're still renting. We've owned a lot of houses. We had the house in Alabama, we owned it. The house in Alabama, we owned it outright. The house in Naples, we owned it outright. We've had land in Florida too. But I figured like that I could make more money on, instead of investing my money in the real estate, my money would do more for me in the realm of YouTube, practically. So, and it's been very true. My returns have been better on YouTube than on real estate. So, right now, I invested all the money that we had in housing. We took it out of that investment and we put it into YouTube, and it's been great. I lived in 7 places in the last 10 years. That is tough, though. Well, it's been your least favorite place and your favorite place. MW, out of all places you've lived, which has been your least favorite and which has been your most favorite? So you're and negative, a rigid thinker. Well, I don't put my faith in politics. I don't think politics are going to resolve humans' problems. Real estate, you got a couple $100 and a tax break. Born Crystal River, never moved away. Cool. J. James says, y'all gay. Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? No, I got a wife. So that pretty much, I got a wife. Jose, the traffic in Lakeland, Florida has gotten horrible. Oh my God, bro. In the wintertime, you think it's bad over there, over here by the beach, man. My favorite, Minneapolis. My most favorite, I would say, family I get started, realize family's important. Yeah, that's the thing. Like me, I've thought about moving back to Naples. Not because I like Naples, because, I mean, it's a nice place. How do you not like it? But I want to go back to Naples just to be around my family. I got my dad down there. I got all my family, you know. So, like, so I got my dad down there in Naples. And, like, family is super important. We'll get blocked eventually. Let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of this dude. Hide user. He's gone. It was that easy. See, that's the thing about me. I don't put up with people being stupid. We're all having a good conversation. He's at home smoking weed and acting a fool, so he's gone now. Everybody say bye to Jay. Everybody say bye. Bye, Jay. We'll miss you. Not really. It's always good to be around family. Yeah, let me tell you guys something. Like, the most important thing, and sometimes with family, you always got money problems. So they took an inheritance or this or that, or they owe you money, or they screwed you over on a business. But let me tell you guys something. You have to understand, you got to let it go. I'm serious. You got to let it go. You really do. Your family is, even if the city where they live isn't the best, you need to be around your people. You really need to be around your parents, your family, whoever they are. It may be different for everybody. Even if the city where your family's from isn't the greatest city in the world, that's probably where you need to be. Like, my dad's in Naples, so like I'm in Bradenton here, not because I want to be here, but because I'm closer to Central Florida. I can work up this way, but at least I'm 2 hours from Naples. If I have to be, I can be an hour and a half in Fort Myers. I can see family once or twice a month. Now I'm seeing family like even 3 or 4 times a month. Either I go down there or they come up here, which is nice because, I've been sick, and like, you realize a lot of people have come up to see me, and it means a lot to you, man. Like, a lot of people have come up to see me lately. Golf is a real man's coast, yeah, buddy. I am kind of tanned up, yeah. I was only on the beach for one day. I got burnt. I got so burnt that like I got this thing from the sunburn. I did get sunburnt. What's up from the Ville? Is that Louisville or Jacksonville? Which Ville? You talking about Jacksonville or Louisville? So I've lived in Louisville. I was born in Camagüey, Cuba. Lived in Louisville, Kentucky. Then I lived in Naples, Florida. Then I lived in Montgomery, Alabama. Then I lived in Fort Myers, which was Lehigh. And now I live in Bradenton. Ángel dice, hola, I love your show. Saludo desde Lehigh in the house, man. Que vuelta a hacer. Ángel desde Lehigh. Un gran saludo a la gente de Lehigh. Oh, Nashville. Okay, Cashville. Nashville's a nice city. See, Nashville's a city I'd move to. Asheville, North Carolina is supposed to be amazing. You lived in Louisville too, yeah. When your parents die, you can move on. Yeah, that's what we've talked about, David. Like, once our parents aren't here, it's pronounced Louisville. Louisville. I know how to pronounce it because I live there. Been on the south side 10 years. Okay. Nice. I like Nashville. Nashville is a really cool city. I like Nashville a lot. Good weather. Perfect weather. It gets cold enough, but not too cold. Would you move to New York City? So cities I have talked about moving to. I'm in Florida right now. Cities that we would want to move. We've talked about moving to. Right now, we want to stay in Southwest Florida, though. What am I taking for pain? I'm taking trauma. So, 50s. So, okay, so cities that so keep in mind, realistically, all our family's in Southwest Florida, so we're probably not going to leave Southwest Florida, okay? Realistically, we're not going to leave Southwest Florida again for a while because I got my dad in Naples, Katie's mom's in Fort Myers, so we have to stay in South Florida. But cities that I would want to move to, or I've considered moving to at some point or another, or we would want to in the future because, again, once our parents are gone, whatever, they're older, everything could change. Who knows? Miami would be at the top of the list of places I'd want to move to. After Miami, Panama City Beach would be right at the top of places we've talked about moving to Panama City Beach. But I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. Can't talk about it, but Nashville is pretty cool. I like Nashville a lot. San Diego, California was pretty cool. Monterey, California was pretty cool. New York City, because it's just a big area, is always a possibility. Andy says, why Miami? Because Miami is the best city in the world, dude. Miami is one of the safest large cities you're going to find by crime rate, murder rate. One of the lowest drug consumption cities in America by, at least by opiates. It's one of the lowest. So here's the thing about Arizona. I liked Scottsdale, Arizona a lot. I liked Phoenix quite a bit in the short time I was there. But the air quality in Phoenix is too bad for me to live there. Panama is a small city. The problem with Panama City Beach is that it's too close to Alabama, and you know I don't want to deal with that whole situation anymore. I'm past that. What's up, St. Katie? You got some fans in Seattle. Now that's a city I want to go to soon. We moved away from Miami like 6 years ago. Keep your head up. So Becky, how would you compare Miami to Seattle? Crime in particular. Do you think it's more or less? Weather, I'm sure you probably miss Miami with the weather. Tell me what do you think about, like, what's the difference between moving from Miami to Seattle? Mexican town in Detroit was pretty cool to see, but it looked really scary, I'm not going to lie. It looked like a cartel town. Colorado, you know, Colorado was a very beautiful state. The only thing I didn't like about Colorado, it seems like there's just really liberal leaning to the degree that it's just too much. Like, everybody's, like, super liberal. And, you know, people in the South are stupid. Well, people in Colorado are stupid, too. They're just stupid in their own stupid way. It's a different type of stupidity. The same stupidity people have in the South, well, Colorado, they have their own stupidity, but it's, like, in the other direction. I can't deal with people that are... I like a place where that's kind of like where politics don't make that much of a... Politics are less important. In Colorado, people are just way too liberal. I don't know, man. I'm tired. A lot more money to be made here in Seattle and less violent crime. We miss the Cuban food. I bet you miss the Cuban food. Have you ever gone to Canada, like Surrey on the other side? You ever go to, like, Canada, like British Columbia a lot? I'm dying to do a Pacific Northwest. I want to see Seattle. But look at this person, guys. Look what this person says. Becky used to live in Miami. She moved to Seattle. She says, a lot more money to be made here and a lot less violent crime. We miss the Cuban food. Sometimes what you hear on the news is complete garbage. They got this whole agenda on the news to make, make the left coast look bad. It's all lies. I didn't see anything in California that scared me. I actually thought California was possibly one of the safest places. So I don't like Charlotte, North Carolina, but I will say Raleigh seemed a lot nicer than Charlotte from what I could tell. I like Apex, Cary. Yeah. I think Raleigh is a much nicer city, for sure. We still haven't gone that far north, JD, but we're planning to, hopefully soon. Raleigh looks like a better... Excuse me. Raleigh definitely looks like a better city than Charlotte. I liked Raleigh. Good suburbs, too. Yo, Corey says love from the 239. That's what's up, Corey. Thank you for checking in. Cuban, I don't smoke. Living is cheaper in South Dakota. I bet. I bet the brutal cold. Ooh, I couldn't imagine living in a place that cold and windy. Florida man says the one short of the Charleston and where the person crashed into the car, the train tracks, had me dying. Oh, that wasn't Charleston. That was Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh, then there's the car crash, too. Yeah, we actually captured a car crash on video. A stupid car crash. It wasn't just a regular car crash. Like, it was a absolutely retarded car crash. And that video just hit over 1 million views on Shorts. Oh, crap. I don't know how... I hate when this thing happens. All right, here we go. Not sure why that happened right there. I hit that button. They put that button in a really weird spot. I'm from Beeston, or I'm sure you meant to say Boston. Every day... No, Anthony, I don't. Moving to Clearwater, Florida next year. So Clearwater, I like Dunedin a lot. The thing about Clearwater, is, at least from my personal opinion, I feel like Clearwater during the summer is a complete ghost town. Anybody agree with me on that? My mother told me she had a nightmare that was me ran over by a train. Okay, I don't want to get into nightmares. Yeah. Yeah, man, I think from what I can tell, Clearwater during the summer is a complete ghost town. There's a good vibe during the winter, but during the summer, I've been to Clearwater because Clearwater's not that far from me now. And, man, I went in there during the summer a few times this last year, and I was like, what the crap? Is nobody out in Clearwater? Colorado during the summer is packed. Do you go to Miami Heat games? I'm not big on sports. Never been big on sports. The only time we ever did sports, we used to watch college football with Katie's family because they're from Michigan. And when we lived in Fort Myers, we'd go to baseball games with the family, but it was more about the family thing. It wasn't really about the game. Growing up, I wanted to be a baseball player, so I played a lot of baseball when I was little. I've been to Comiskey Park in Chicago. When I was younger, I used to be big on baseball, but I had a traumatic injury playing baseball, and I never played again. Colorado. Oh, Crystal River. Yes, I'm my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. So many people here. Crystal River. Yeah, Crystal River. I'm sorry you guys got hit by that hurricane, man. I saw the storm surge damage. What are some of the best places to photograph some eastern diamondback rattlesnakes in Florida? So, Kurt, I have only seen one eastern diamondback snake in Florida. One. I think one. It was like a 7-footer. It was a monster. I've seen a few little ones, but that kind of doesn't count. The one that I saw was on Wagon Wheel Road in the Everglades. The problem is that I have spent, I can't even tell you how many hours in the Everglades. I mean, like you would need to you could spend a whole entire year in the Everglades and probably not see one. I know up in the Florida Panhandle, there's more rattlesnakes. Is it by Eglin Air Force Base up by Destin that way? Does anybody know? Anybody from the Panhandle know where you can see some rattlesnakes? I've only seen one rattlesnake in Florida. Like really, like up close, big. Like I had a friend of mine that lived in Bonita Springs, Florida, and in Bonita Springs, Florida, a rattlesnake laid some eggs underneath her house or something, and she had like, I don't know how, like 20 rattlesnakes in her house. They were little ones though; they weren't big. And when they're little, I think they can't rattle their tail. But the only place I've really seen a rattlesnake would be on Wagon Wheel, way out in the Big Cypress, and I don't think you're gonna just go there and see one again. I've seen a lot of people kill them. Near Tallahassee, you might. Yeah, I think the Apalachicola, the Funiac Springs. Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe like around Eglin Air Force Base, somewhere around Destin, Far Inland, there might be more rattlesnakes. I hope you and your lady lose weight and get in shape. Yeah, we're working on it. She's going to the gym a lot. Plenty of iguanas to eat for pythons and alligators in Florida. I only seen one python my whole time down, and I was in Naples, which is the footsteps of the Everglades. And my pastime, I think I'm kind of dehydrated. My pastime was going into the Everglades when I lived in Naples, and what I would do a lot of times over there is I would just go in the woods and explore and stuff like that. But I only seen one python, and it wasn't in the woods, it was in the city. We love a short king. Okay. Appreciate all the suggestions. I'm a wildlife photographer, and Florida is heaven for wildlife. So, Kurt, what I would suggest you go to, if you really want to see some wildlife in Florida, is a place called the Picayune Strand, the Fakahatchee Strand, the Big Cypress, Bear Island. You'll do great at those locations. Again, the Fakahatchee Strand, the Picayune Strand State Forest, all that's in Collier County. Wagon Wheel Trail's a good one. Boys say he can't stand Alabama. Looking. I have never seen a rattlesnake in the Florida Everglades. A lot of cottonmouths. Oh yeah, cottonmouths. You'll see a lot more cottonmouths in South Florida. I see you catching lives. Yep. What up? So I want to do some Florida. Katie wants this summer to focus less on beaches and more on the the natural water springs here in Florida. So that's definitely a possibility we're going to consider. But I'm still with the walker, which is horrible. I mean, I'm still not 100. Somebody's smoking, and I don't know where they're smoking, but I don't even see them. I can smell cigarettes. Horrendous. Ugh. I don't even know where they're at. There's somebody smoking somewhere around here, and I'm like out of breath already. Ugh, disgusting. Where are the ghettos in Naples? Immokalee, Naples Manor, Golden Gate City, East Naples, near the courthouse is pretty bad. Damn, dude, I can literally smell somebody smoking, and I can't see them. But, like, I can feel it. I feel you. I just got a spinal fusion 2 weeks ago. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, man. That's horrible. Oof, the spinal fusion. I hope you recover really well, because my recovery has not existed. I made a comment before, but I will say it again. Castor oil will help apply joints. And I have that, I think. I have that. Somebody told me about that. We got Lisa from Sebring, Florida. Welcome on board. Sebring, Florida is a nice little rural town in Central Florida, South Central Florida. They're going to be, we got Collinsville, Alabama in the house as well. Okay, thank you for checking in. Are you addicted to painkillers? Not really. I'm not taking enough. I was on it for a long time. I have a lot of discipline, so I've pretty much, like, I took one today because I had to. So, and I'm taking the really lighter ones. I'm not on the heavy ones right now. If you go through an injury like I did, you'll be on stuff for a while. You get a lot of cravings, but you just got to have more discipline than cravings. You got to have more discipline than cravings is what it comes down to. If you're able to just have discipline, you'll be all right. We got Fort Pierce in the house. Okay. Collinsville is bad. We have nothing here. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about little towns in Alabama. There really ain't much to do out there. Even a big city can get boring sometimes. Alva, Florida in the house. Yo, what up, Mike? We got Alva in the house. Look at that, man. I was on Facebook today. I see everybody getting stuck in the everybody's mudding today. I seen like 4 people post on Facebook, come get me. I got stuck. Trucks, side by sides, all that. Yeah, I miss Southwest Florida. What's up, everybody? You're addicted. I feel it. I'm not taking enough to be addicted. Yeah, and greetings from Russia. How are you doing? Hey, what's up? We got Texas in the house too. Don't let the narcotics take control. They're not in control. Okay, today I was literally in enough pain to go to the hospital, and I took a 50. One. I only got 6 left before I get refills, so no. Yo, we got Smith Station, Alabama in the house. Anabel Pérez. Ay, Dios mío. Anabel Pérez desde Alabama. La madre que los parió. New York, Queens in the house. Yo, we got New York. New York. Not addicted at all. This person's saying I'm addicted. No, you do feel cravings. I mean, like, when you're on pain pills for that long, you get cravings for it, but you just got to have discipline. And you get addicted if you want to get addicted. If you have self-control. Explain what you saw about Mexican town Detroit being a cartel town to me to change the subject back in. Oh yeah, I mean like no, I mean like just the vibe. It's a real like Detroit's a big scary city. You know, it's a big metro area, and Mexican town, good food, awesome vibes. But you know, it's a big dangerous city. Detroit's the most dangerous. Historically, it's been the most dangerous city in America for like the last 40 years or something, hasn't it? So you know, it's a dangerous city, and that's the way big cities are. But I liked Mexican Town. I loved it. I saw the little businesses, all the people outside, all that. And I bet what are you doing in Alabama? Te van a matar. Te van a matar en Alabama. Salte de ahí. No, yo sí me fui. A mí sí me tuvieron que soltar. Do you think the rents in Naples are going down? I'm not sure because there's still a lot of people buying and dealing in real estate. I take hydrocodone 2 or 3 a day. My pain is insane. Yeah, I couldn't imagine taking 2 or 3 hydrocodones a day. I think when my pain was the worst after surgery, I was taking 1 a day. My doctor wanted me to take 4 a day. I took 1 a day. If you're taking 2 or 3 hydrocodones a day, you must be in agony. My goodness. Yesterday, I had to take 2 trauma, and it was just mind fog. I hate the feeling. The thing is, I don't like it. Like, I hate the feeling. I take it because I know, like, once the pain gets so bad, you have to take it, but I don't like the feeling at all. I feel like your brain fogs and then you can't function. Like, today I was supposed to edit a video. I couldn't even concentrate to do it. Katie's sleeping because she's very busy. She's got to be up very early tomorrow. She's working. No, I don't smoke. I've never smoked in my life. Don't want to smoke ever. You missed the best part of Circleville. Come through next time. I'm sorry, man. I hate that. Like, people go and like, oh, you missed the best part of our town. It's like, well, I'm sorry. My pain is bad. I take Oxy stopped because I'm feeling loopy. I hate that feeling. I hate the feeling. I'm taking 5-3. My pain wakes me up. Go figure, there's 180 people watching this video, and out of the 180 of us, about 5 or 6 of us are taking stuff for pain. But I can't even walk. Literally cannot, almost literally can't walk. Yeah, once you get stuck with pain, it's a horrible, horrible, horrible crap. Once you get into pain, it sucks. Especially like me, I was traveling. No sugar, no inflammation. Well, that is true. I've been having a lot of sugar lately. I got to think about that really strongly. But then you get, like, depressed and you start eating again. That's the problem with me. Like, when I get depressed, I start eating stuff I'm not supposed to. Like, you take gabapentin. Gabapentin was the most... I took 1, and it was very scary for me. Gabapentin, they wanted me to take GABAs, and I stopped taking them. I took it 1 time, and the effect was so bad, I never took it again. What happened to cause just a huge injury? I can't talk about it because the lawyers don't let me. You should have drove through Collinsville, Fort Payne, Boaz. Yeah, that part of Alabama, I really wish I had I did a Boaz video. And I'm pretty sure I did all those towns. I don't know if I've done Collinsville. I've done Fort Payne. And actually, some of my best friends in Florida are originally from Fort Payne, Alabama, so I know a lot of background stuff about that town. Boaz, I like that area. I used to go there a lot. Boaz, because I would go to Albertville just to do all, since there's all the Spanish stuff there. That part of Alabama is a little bit better than the rest of Alabama. I'm thinking of... All right, so we're not going to talk about stuff like that, Donkey, because we don't want to get us stay off those types of conversations. Do you plans to come back to Montgomery, Alabama? King Jizzle Productions, welcome on board. So look, bro, you got to understand what post-traumatic stress disorder is when it comes to Alabama. once you experience so many bad things in a place, you really don't want to go back to it. Now I was in Millbrook, and I just didn't like, and it hurt me because I try to like it, I try to make it work. You know what I mean? But it didn't work. Give me 1 second, bro. I still like a lot of the culture. Look, I still listen to so King Jizzle. I still listen to a lot of the music from Montgomery. Like I still listen to King South. I listen to King South every once in a while. I still There's a lot of things I like about the culture, but you gotta understand, bro. Like them people try to kill me, and when you go through when you live in a place and people go after you like that, you really are left with no desire to like that place. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I did okay in Montgomery economically and all that. I tried to make it work, but there was a lot of people that try to hurt me, bro. So how could I have good feelings about a place? Like Sammy Sunshine said, Naples is safe. I come from, bro, Jizzle, King Jizzle, bro. Look, like I come from a place that is very safe. Nobody's ever gonna hurt you here. So when you come from a place that nobody's gonna hurt you and you end up in Montgomery, bro, it's hard to like it, bro. His reply is, "Yeah, I understand, bro. I actually live in Montgomery myself. Been here for 15 years. You know, so like what they try to do to me and all that. And nah, bro, I live in a place where you see me right now. It's midnight. I'm out here live streaming. I ain't worried about my safety, dude. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't do this in Montgomery. There's just so much hate in Alabama, bro. There's so much hate. The black against the white. Everybody hates everybody. Nah, bro, I can't live in a place like that. I'm from South Florida, bro. I'm from South Florida. We ain't built like that. Out here, we got billionaires that live down here. Donald Trump got a house down here. Rick Scott got a house down here. Charles Schwab, that owns the banks, lives in Naples. You get what I'm saying? Like those types of people. I live from a place where you can run into astronauts. You can run into basketball players. I mean, I've been friends with basketball players. I've been friends with astronauts. I've been friends with heavy politicians. I've been friends with people that you hear about on TV. Like these people are normally like just out and about in your community. So when you come from a place like Naples where you're around that type of money and that type of class, to end up in Montgomery, bro, I swear you regret it, bro. So it's not coming. I tried to make Montgomery work. Some people like say, "Oh, you hate Alabama." Y'all did it to me. I bought a house in Alabama. I started a business in Alabama. But then one day I realized it wasn't worth it. I realized that my life is worth more than acquiring material things. And my peace of mind, I would rather be homeless in Florida than in a mansion in Montgomery if I have to deal with. I just don't like being around that type of negativity, bro. Like, I can't do it, bro. I like to be on the beach where I ain't got to worry about carrying a weapon. I ain't got to worry about none of that. I like to be on the beach. You know what I mean? Down here, I got black friends. I got redneck friends. I got Russian friends. It don't matter. I don't have to worry. Like, if I'm friends with somebody, oh, how are other people going to perceive me being... No, nobody's into that here. You can be friends with whoever you want. We got Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Memphis 10. Brazil. A gente do Brazil. Those kind of problems in Montgomery run deep, and it's deep. It's sad. It runs deep in them people, man. Like, there's no... I tried, come home to Naples, Jose. I want to come home. I can't afford it. I can't afford to live in Naples right now. And I'll tell you, I'm kind of liking Sarasota more than Naples because it's more practical to live here. Naples might be prettier and fancier and safer, but there's a lot of police profiling in Naples too against Hispanics. And in Naples, the cops see me and they know me and they're always after me. And like here in Sarasota, I've never had a single problem. So like we got Knoxville, Tennessee in the house. I tell you what, fam, if I get rich, I'm moving to Miami. Top place. Miami is getting a little dangerous. Sarasota's a great city. That's one thing about up here. It's not as fancy as Naples, but it's almost as fancy, A lot more drugs for sure up here. More homelessness without a doubt. Real talk. I try to make Montgomery work, but them people are just so full of hate. They're so they're dangerous because they're so full of hate. Like they don't want to see you shine, bro. Like I come from Naples where people drive Bentleys to Publix. You can pull up to the even here in Sarasota, you can pull up next to a Ferrari or a McLaren and like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like I lived in Naples where I went to a restaurant and it was like Bentley, Ferrari, Rolls Royce, and you parked your old truck in between them. It's normal. You know, I can't. Once you come from, a place like that, Grants Pass, Oregon, in the house. I want to see the Pacific Northwest so bad. How did you meet them famous? They're everywhere in Naples. They're just everywhere. Like I had a company, and I worked for a lot of rich people. It's normal. Like there's just the zip code that I lived in was a very high end zip code. So like the problem was that the street that I was on was like from the 60s and stuff like that, but around it had grown around it. So like I lived in a really, really prestigious zip code. So that's where rich people are. I got to work for the guy that owns the ketchup bottles, Heinz. He was a complete jerk. I worked for a billionaire. Who else? Astronauts. Tom Cruise's family one time. The Ferraris. Yes, I worked for the Enzos. Okay, so they opened up a Ferrari dealership in Naples. The Enzos. I worked for the Enzos. Not directly for them, but I was on a property in Naples owned by the Enzos. So the Enzos, they opened up that dealership that's on US 41 in North Naples. The Enzo family actually owns that dealership, and they have a house somewhere in a new community in North Naples, and they bought a house and they tore out the garage, they knocked down the walls inside the house, so they could park 2 Ferraris inside the house, and I worked on the construction crew that did the cleanup after them. When they knocked that wall down, I was on the construction crew that hauled it away. Yeah, the Enzos. It's just there's just a lot of money there. You constantly find yourself working for those types of people. The restaurant that I worked at one time hosted a party for John McCain. So John McCain came to the restaurant that I worked at, and it was very. Let me sit up for a minute. Give me a second. I've been sitting for about almost an hour now. Give me a minute, y'all. So John McCain did a catering event at the place where I worked, but it was really interesting because they had Secret Service, and the Secret Service didn't want me there. So John McCain, go figure, there's a company. I gotta stand up for a minute, guys. Hold on. Let me sit down over here. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I gotta put my cushion over here. It's starting to hurt way too much. Give me a minute, y'all. All right, so check out this story. So I used to work at this really fancy restaurant in Naples, and John McCain was going to have a big party right before his inauguration, before he was going for president. And John McCain was going to go have this party at the restaurant where I worked at. And the Secret Service told, now look how embarrassing this crap was. Our company had like 40 employees. And for some reason, the Secret Service said that out of the 40 employees that were there, I couldn't be there for the party. The Secret Service decided that I personally was a security risk for John McCain, and they told me that I couldn't be there. So everybody in my company got to meet John McCain except for me because the Secret Service thought that I was a threat. Why they thought I was a threat, I have no freaking idea, because I was like 16 years old at the time. But, well, if you don't want to shake my hand, I'll never shake yours. So I've worked for people much more important than him. The way I look at it was, here's this guy who, for some reason or another, thinks he's too good for me, or he can't be in the same room as me. Okay, fine. But I'll tell you this: I've met people way more important than him, more powerful than him, and his loss, not mine. But for some reason that I don't understand, the U.S. Secret Service did not allow me to. They told my company this guy can't be here, so I don't understand why. Because it's like, I'm thinking they looked at my school discipline record. I'm guessing they looked at my school discipline record. Is what I think is the only thing. I don't even know. Maybe they were watching me for something else when I was younger. I have no idea. But they were like, this guy cannot be here. I was like, okay, good. You don't want to shake my hand. I don't want to shake yours either. I got paid to stay home that day. Works good for me. What are you gonna do? Best place to live in Florida, Sarasota, and Naples. Yeah, I would throw Miami in there if you're young. If you're young and you have a lot of money, Miami. But Naples and Sarasota are definitely very, very good places to live. I also got to meet. I used to know. Oh, no wonder the Secret Service didn't like me. I used to be friends with. And I didn't like choose to be this guy's friend. It just randomly worked out that I became friends with Luis Posada Carriles. This guy was he worked for the CIA, very famous Cuban, and me and him ended up being friends. It was completely random luck of the draw thing, but me and him were friends. You know the Applebee's song? Oh, please don't get me started with that, bro. Take care, bro. I'll come to Brentwood. Brentwood and Nashville. Yeah, it's a nice area. Where's some places you went in Bama where stuff actually started popping off? Like Bessemer, where you heard gunshots? Yeah, Montgomery was actually pretty bad. The thing is, like, okay, so overall, Birmingham is more dangerous than Montgomery. But in Montgomery, there's one neighborhood that on a Friday or Saturday night, it's popping off no matter what. Every Friday night. Like that video where I recorded a shooting in Montgomery on a Saturday night or Friday night, that I knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when. That neighborhood in Montgomery, in West Montgomery, Friday night, Saturday night, and if it's the first of the month, guaranteed to be popping off. So I think even though Birmingham has like a worse crime rate than Montgomery, in Montgomery there's one neighborhood that's probably way worse than anything in Birmingham because every single weekend it's popping off. As soon as it gets dark, it's popping off. I have no idea. I think that's from my sinuses. Jose, hopefully you get better soon. I'm praying that you'll get better soon. Hopefully you can get back to traveling. I miss your travel channel. I know, bro. It's been crazy. Yeah, a lot of y'all got to get back to work, man. It's almost midnight. Bro, you need to keep it up if you're feeling... You need to keep it up if you're going to them. Yeah, I'm trying to not go to those types of neighborhoods anymore. The homeless camp videos are pretty freaking dangerous. How about that, man? Homeless camp videos are definitely dangerous. My dog bite is starting to heal from that homeless camp. Luckily, it didn't get infected. Luckily, that didn't get infected, so that's starting to heal. Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, but people can tell that I'm Latino like Jose. Is Daytona Beach a good place to live? It's not my. It wouldn't be on my list of places to live. There's some good areas in Daytona. It's a good place to live in general, but in Florida, it's not the best. I wouldn't move to Daytona. It's more of an event-based city, and I'm not really big on events. I feel safe living in Bradenton. I think it gets a bad rep. Well, Marjorie, it depends what part of Bradenton you live in. I'll be honest, Miss Foster, I live in Bradenton, and I live in a very safe part of Bradenton. But I'll be honest with you, there's some neighborhoods in Bradenton that are as dangerous as anywhere. And I mean anywhere. I was in Bradenton in a bad neighborhood a few nights ago, maybe about a week ago or so. And I saw something that was like, whoa, crap, that was scary. So Bradenton has good neighborhoods and it has bad neighborhoods. There's some bad neighborhoods in Bradenton. You get up and around Onico, Samoset. I don't even go to Palmetto. In Rubonia, Palmetto, I don't even cross to that side of the bridge. I mean, I'm on this side of the bridge a lot. And Palmetto, Rubonia, I don't even go through there. On this side of the bridge, Somerset, Onico, I'm in there all the time because I live in Baker Ranch, so I got to go through there. Yo, it's scary. You see that video I uploaded where the cop was like 10 cops versus the homeless guy? That was in Onico, so yeah, there's definitely some bad places in Bradenton. But you got some of the most beautiful beaches in Florida. You're right next to Sarasota, so there's great. I love living here. I'm not complaining. But without a doubt, there's some neighborhoods here that are on par with Los Angeles or New York or any big city. There's neighborhoods here in Bradenton as dangerous as anything in Montgomery. Don't get that part twisted. Lake Placid is nice. It's growing like a weed. Yeah, Lake Placid's nice. There's just nothing to do out there. There's no beaches. It's very, if you're retired and not doing too much, I guess it'd be okay for you. But I gotta live in the city. There's some good food in Lake Placid. We did some Salvadorian, Mexican places that were off the scales. So one thing about like Lake Placid, Sebring, Avon Park is you got a lot of people from Miami that moved there. So you're starting to get Cuban, Salvadorian, Honduran, Mexican. You're starting to get some food out there. I couldn't believe how, for being a small town, how good the food is in Sebring. There are some good restaurants over there. It's a good place for somebody who needs affordability. But like me, I got to be here by the beach. I got to be somewhere bigger. You went to St. Augustine. That's pretty cool. Bro, here in Collinsville, a homeless dude went around breaking into people's cribs. Yeah, that's kind of what they do, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. Gotta go, bro. It's late. I know. It's okay, Mr. King of Florida. It's getting late. I get you. Pancakes, waffles, or French toast. Pancakes for sure. Cheap to live in Sebring. It is cheap. There's no doubt about that. So Sebring has affordability. It has beautiful natural settings, rolling hills, good restaurants for being a small town. You can be on the East Coast or you can be on the West Coast. Can you say hi, Sophie? Hey, Sophie, how are you? Hello to Sophie. Keeps the cops happy. Jackie Chan for sure. Y'all trying to guess my passwords or something? Dude, my friends invited me to play Connect. Goodbye. Never to be seen again. Can you say hi? Why are people so stupid, bro? Would you say moving to Pensacola from Montgomery would be better? Looking to move next year. Okay, so I would caution you for a few reasons. So first of all, there's no nice way of saying this. Goodness crap. How do I even say this? Okay. Pensacola is like right now the #1 drug spot in Florida. So the overdoses in Pensacola right now are insane. So if you got kids, that's not good. There's a lot of drugs in Pensacola right now. It's the highest in Florida. There are hoods in Pensacola just like there are hoods in Montgomery. You're going to be on the beach. Pensacola is far superior of a city than Montgomery. You have beaches. In Pensacola, you're not going to find jobs like you're going to find in Montgomery. So in Montgomery, you're going to get better government assistance. You're going to get better incomes, cheaper housing. Living in the hood in Pensacola is like, last time I checked, $1,400. Yeah, Pensacola is just as bad as Montgomery in a lot of ways. So in Pensacola, go figure, you're going to make less money than Montgomery, okay? You're going to make less money than Montgomery, but you're going to pay twice as much rent. Think about that. Drugs are out of control in Pensacola. Now, if you're older and retired, you have kids, that would be a huge factor. If you have kids, both cities suck. Pensacola has beautiful beaches. Can you afford to move to like Baldwin County in Alabama? Like just hop down to Baldwin County. The problem with Pensacola is that drugs are out of control, and renting is expensive, and jobs don't pay. Jobs in Florida don't pay anything. In Montgomery, you have better economical outlooks. Don't even look at the analytics. It's totally misleading. Just trust me. Economically, you'll be better off in Montgomery. So that's a tough call. You're trading one crap hole for the next. In Montgomery, you got the racism and you got the violence. Okay? Pensacola is not as dangerous as Montgomery, but it's got more drugs and it's more expensive and there's less jobs. So you're trading one crappy situation for another crappy situation. Now, absolutely beautiful beaches. You don't have that in Montgomery. You know, if you really are going to be on the beach twice a week, I would say yes. Vero Beach, I don't like Vero Beach. It hasn't grown at all. Lots of homeless. I want to go back to North Carolina. My videos in North Carolina have done really well for me. I've made a lot of good money in North Carolina. So a move up travel, if you have kids, you need to hear that advice. Okay, so here's the down part, okay? I'm going to tell you the bad. And I'm not trying to scare you, but think about the bad. Drugs are absolutely out of control in Pensacola. The drug overdose death rate in Pensacola is 75 per 100,000. That's 3 times higher than Montgomery. Okay? 3 times more overdoses in Pensacola than Montgomery. The murder rate is about a quarter. So it's not as violent as Montgomery, but then again, there's not as many good jobs as Montgomery. And renting in Montgomery is extraordinarily affordable. You hop on down to Florida, you're going to be paying twice as much for rent. So Florida's not easy. Alabama is easy. Florida is, you got to be a freaking survivor. If you're poor, Florida will drag you to the pits of poverty. Where Montgomery, even if you're poor, you don't have to worry about being poor. In Florida, if you're poor, every month that rent, you get the rent of $1,400. 2 months later, now it's $1,600. Your car insurance in Montgomery might be $150. It'll be $250 in Florida. So, the cost of living in Montgomery. If you really want to come to Florida, the Florida Panhandle is practically an extension of Alabama in a really sad way. The better part of Florida is like south of I-4, you know? And it gets really expensive here. And it's very competitive labor force. Like, the thing about Alabama is nobody's really trying too hard. So, you know, you don't have to worry about losing your job. You're going to get 40 hours. And if you show up late, it's not a big deal. If you're lazy, it's not a big deal. In Florida, it's like this. It's like this in Florida. And if a hurricane comes through, the whole thing's shut down for 6 months. So there's a lot of bad. I would love to tell you, yes, leave Montgomery and move to Pensacola. The good part would be beautiful beaches. Absolutely beautiful beaches. Somewhat warmer weather. More blue skies, okay? In Pensacola, you're going to get blue skies more often than in Montgomery. Montgomery, it's all cloud overcast the whole day. So there's good and there's bad. But there's a lot to consider. Don't think it's going to be all greener, grass is greener on the other side. You're moving to Atlanta. Snoop Dogg died? Who's saying Snoop Dogg died? No way, you guys are dying. Why are you guys saying all this stupid stuff? I've been to Montgomery once. Go catch a gator right now. What is wrong with people? Why y'all can't have a real conversation? Central Florida in the suburbs, rural area is not bad. Central Florida right now is in bad shape, I think. The drug overdoses in Central Florida are really high. The homicide rates are ticking up. I wouldn't move to Central Florida right now. It's getting bad. South Florida is starting to get a little bit bad, but it's not. It's still manageable. Well, Montgomery is getting an Amazon warehouse more jobs. There's all types of jobs in Alabama, dude. If in Alabama, it's the easiest place on earth to make a living. But I will say this: if you do move to Pensacola, it's a different vibe. Okay, you're trading Civil War relics for beach vibes. Okay, it's a different vibe in Pensacola. Pensacola, and Pensacola is not that safe either. Don't think Pensacola is all perfect, and it's not the best city in Florida. It's probably one of the worst ones. You know, bro, look like an Amish Patrick. That's right, man. What's the best beach to live at in Florida? If you can afford to live on the beach, Sarasota, Siesta Key, Naples, Sarasota, Anna Maria Island. I please get pinned. What up, Duck? Looking to move to Jacksonville or St. Augustine. Jacksonville is a pretty scary city, but they're getting cleaned up, especially the east side of the city. I've had my eye on Jacksonville for a long time because the videos do really well there. Enrique, aquí no hacemos eso, people. Nosotros no tenemos nada de pandilla aquí. Enrique, aquí no hacemos cosas de pandilla. Orlando or Miami? Depends. Miami is more expensive, but it's more tropical vibe. Orlando is more practical. There's better jobs in Orlando. Orlando's a more practical option. The east side, Jacksonville's changing a lot. The east side of Jacksonville, Arlington, the nice side of Jacksonville is getting nicer. Jacksonville Beach, Arlington. Not all of Arlington, of course, but you know, the east side. When I say the east side, I mean like along the coast, because people in Jacksonville are their east side south thing is stupid. When I say the east side, I mean like geographically the east side along the coast. You know, they call the east side the south side, which makes no sense to me. But there's an area around Jacksonville, south of Arlington, that's growing really well. It's starting to change. There's a lot of Asians, a lot of Koreans, Cambodians, Vietnamese, Filipinos. So Jacksonville is getting more diversity, and with the diversity, it'll become a better city. But let me tell you, the west side of Jacksonville, the north side, all that crap there, Jacksonville is two cities. One is along the water, nice and pretty and suburban, and the other is just absolutely dangerous. So you have to understand with Jacksonville, that the city is very dangerous. Very violent city. No wisdom and the beard. The wisdom and the beard, okay. What are you guys talking about, man? Dolphin Lewis music tough. I don't really listen to too much music from Alabama. I've kind of disconnected from Alabama. I know Lil Bam was, when I was in Montgomery and when I lived over there, Lil Bam was really like what everybody listened to was Lil Bam. King South was really popular in Montgomery. That's about it. Now, Florida's killing it with music right now. When okay, so we don't do politics on our channel. No Trumping, no Biden, none of that. If you move to Siesta Key, you better work there too, getting on. Well, if you move to Siesta Key, you better be a billionaire. That place is expensive. Average people can't live on Siesta Key. You got to be so wealthy to live there. And restaurants are very expensive. Even if you could buy the housing, you'd still have to afford to go to a restaurant there, and it's too expensive. So, Gucci Mane. Where in Florida has the angriest people? Citrus County. North Central Florida, meaning the rudest people in Florida, North Central Florida. like Ocala, Citrus, Ocala. Them people are just nasty up there. I listen to Mobile rappers. I mean, really, Alabama. They had that one guy that came up recently out of Alabama. Hit us with a freestyle. Are you kidding me? I don't even got a... No, I can't really freestyle right now. I'm not in the mood. I'm just not... Duck Key down there is pretty, yeah. That's one of my favorite fishing spots. I can't freestyle right now, bro. I'm not in the mood. There was that one guy from Alabama that ripped off Boosie. What was his name? Boosie gave him a contract, got him famous. Young Blue, was that the guy? What was the one guy from Alabama that just recently came up? And then Boosie helped him. Boosie got him all set up, and then all of a sudden, when he got famous, he tried to back out of his contract or something, like just some slimy Montgomery crap he pulled on him, some Dolphin Mobile crap. I think he's from Mobile, Alabama. I can't remember from where. But it was like an artist from Alabama that recently came up, and then which area in Florida has the best fishing? Naples and Miami. Well, let me take that back. Naples and West Miami. I don't know. Those canals in Miami got a lot of peacock bass, pacu. I think Naples and Miami by far. Marco Island, Young Blue from Mobile. That's the one, right? Is that the one where like Boosie blew him up, and then when he got famous, he tried to give Boosie the money back because he didn't want to be signed to him anymore, even though Boosie blew him up. Typical Alabama crap, man. Them people from Alabama ain't got no morals, no values, nothing. Lil Boosie discovered him, blew him up, got him famous. Lil Boosie convinced every platform to pick this guy up. Lil Boosie put this guy on the map. And then once he got famous, he gave Lil Boosie back the money and said, all right, man, I don't need you anymore. Well, that's some dirty Alabama crap right there, bro. A thug burrito, that's right. Boca, yeah, Del Rey and Boca are pretty on the other coast. Hollywood's pretty nice too. Hollywood, Englewood, not really. The best fishing is Naples. Naples, Marco Island, 10,000 Islands, Everglades City. The Everglades, really. Do 20 push-ups. Son, I am on a walker right now. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? Seattle is beautiful. Yeah, I want to see Seattle so bad. I want to see Vancouver, Surrey. See, I'm dying to get up there. As soon as I'm healthy again, I cannot wait to travel again. But right now, I'm having days where I'm just ready to go to the ER again. I've been trying not to go to the emergency room because I can't keep doing this. But there's days where, like, I gotten used to the pain. I'm a little dehydrated. I've been talking for 80 minutes. I grew up in Alabama, and I don't have an ounce of racism in me because I grew up around black and Hispanic people, but Collinsville has a great Guatemalan population. Right, bro, but see, that's the thing. You're not in Montgomery. The thing is, like, okay, here's Interstate 20. Okay, here's Interstate 20. This screen is the state of Alabama. You're up in this area up here. Anything south of Birmingham and then down towards Montgomery, this is a whole different road up here. Up here, you're kind of more like identified culturally with Tennessee. Roadside, everybody on the roadside. So you gotta understand retro, like, you know, you're in a part of Alabama that's a little bit different than the rest of Alabama. But when you get down here, Montgomery, south of Birmingham, you get to like this part of Alabama in the middle, in the south middle Alabama, bro, it's a whole different type of world. Bonita Springs fishing. Yeah, I like Bonita Springs, got good fishing. Yeah. Bonita Springs. I used to go a lot of bass fishing over by the Cruise Swamp area. I used to go fishing on the east side of Bonita, man. I'd catch the biggest bass. I went fishing on the Imperial River in Bonita, and I would catch snook and bass in the same water. You're catching freshwater and saltwater species in the same water. Freshwater and saltwater fish in the same spot. Crazy. Fishing on the Imperial River, incredible. You're getting freshwater fish and saltwater fish. I will definitely agree, Bonita. But Bonita's right next to Naples, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Did you hear about the sperm whale being beached? Yeah, I almost went to see it today. So Wiggins Pass, that's where I grew up. 34110. That's my hood, man. Robert, I grew up in Wiggins Pass. 20 years of my life in Wiggins Pass. I couldn't have asked for a better place to grow up. I hope you get your health back soon. I know it's been crazy. Yeah, it's been bad. East Bonita's the best. I love it out there. I seen black bears out there. I seen Florida panther footprints. Didn't see the actual panther, but I seen the droppings, the hair, and the footprints. I love East Bonita. That's a really special place to me, East Bonita. I have family in Huntsville. Okay. Vince Street. You know what I'm talking about? Sand Road up there. Up by Sand Road up there. Man, I got memories out there fishing, going in the woods. One day, me and my buddies went out off of Sand Road, and we caught like 70 Oscars in one day. 70. 70 Oscars in one day. I want to move to New York. This guy's moving to New York. Listen, I'll pray for you, and I know it's hard, bro. It's been crazy. Nadia, thank you so much for being supportive. It's been crazy, but you just got to keep living. You got to keep living. You got to keep pushing. If anybody's buying a house in Southwest Florida, please use Katie. That's all I can say. Katie's probably already sleeping because she's working a lot trying to get us back on track. I live off of Mockley Road. Nice. Yep. I used to live off of Wiggins Pass in 41, so I was on a Mockley Road quite a bit. Sometimes for prolonged periods of time. I've spent countless hours on a Mockley Road, if you know what I'm talking about. Have you been to South Carolina? Yeah, I don't like it. Other than Charleston's pretty nice. Maybe along the water it's nice, but that's about it. And yeah, just along the water. What's the best place to start from zero? That's a tough question. Probably somewhere affordable and dangerous. Maybe, I don't know. That's a tough question. That's a really tough question. I know San Antonio is very affordable. Montgomery is very affordable. I guess if you're starting from zero, affordability would be the key. But I've seen people start from zero in South Florida, and 5 years later, they're set. So don't think that you can't start from zero in an expensive area. I've seen people come from Cuba, move to Naples, and 5 years later, they're homeowners. So don't think that it's not possible. I don't know how they do it, but it's possible. Never been to Hawaii. Nope. Yeah, people can't afford it. They have to leave. I had a guy try to follow me home in South Carolina while visiting my aunt. Yeah, there's creeps everywhere, I guess. Have you guys ever lived? No, I've never been to Hawaii. Do you miss any part of the recycling business? I absolutely do, David. I like working directly with my customers. I like getting physical things that I can keep. Antiques, collectibles. I miss it. I'll probably never be able to do it now. I try to restart the business. Not because of the money, just because I like doing it. Katie won't let me. It's not about the money. I like doing trash outs where people give you furniture, antiques, collectibles. I like the business. It's fun to go out and meet people, especially in Southwest Florida. In Southwest Florida, you're going to go work for rich people. They could be famous, you know. You go work for a penthouse overlooking the beach, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting paid to go to a penthouse on the beach. And the stuff that they're getting rid of, man. I remember there's this place called Pelican Bay in North Naples. And I was friends with a guy that was the manager of a big skyscraper. I can't remember. There's 3 buildings there. they all have like Italian names or whatever. There's one building, and I was really good friends with the manager of the building, and some rich people moved out, and they left stuff in the garage that they didn't want it. Now these are like $3 million penthouses, and I think the HOA was like $2,000 a month, something ridiculous like that. The HOA is $2,000 a month, and I think the association fee, like it's like $80,000 just to join the community. So we're talking very affluent people, just another level of money. And this guy, that I was friends with, really cool guy. I haven't talked to him in a while, but just a beautiful person. He hooked me up with the stuff that the people left in this garage. I mean, wow. Japanese furniture, yes. There were brass statues. Just Italian. I thought it was Italian, but it was actually Japanese, because I guess it's made in Japan, but they make stuff in Japan that looks Italian or something like that. I got thousands of dollars for this stuff. I mean, thousands of dollars. We kept some of it, I got good memories of the junk hauling business. In Alabama, it was incredible, too. I got furniture in my house from Alabama. I'm talking stuff you will never see in the United States. But with my freaking back now, it may never be possible again. And it's not about the money. It's just I like doing it. I like. Oh my gosh, I did one job where a lady from Ohio died. Now these were really wealthy people, and these people collected antiques and family memorabilia. I'm talking paintings. I'm talking historical documents from the Civil War. I'm talking like documents going back to like the 1800s. I think there was even one document from the 1700s. Boxes and boxes full of antiques, old photos. I mean, boxes of old photos. And I did really well. I got cash for it all. And I think it was like a whole summer where it was just pushing this stuff to people. Yeah, I got beautiful memories in Naples. Naples, I did really well. 239, little Pakistan. Little shaking in with 4 my dog. 4 my dog. We shaking in, dog. Where do you recommend Semi? Naples is filthy rich. It's absolutely filthy rich over there. So, yeah, you guys are bringing back some good memories, man. I do miss the junk hauling business, bro. I miss it a lot. But realistically, I can't do it anymore, And then the people, they don't want to pay a lot of times in Naples, Like, I liked working for a lot of the people, but some of these people were just... I think 10% of the customers were really cool people. Like 10% of them were like, wow. It wasn't every job you went on that was like that. I'm talking, you'd go on 20 jobs, okay? And 1 in 20 would be like, somebody died, we just want this crap gone. And you'd be like, yeah, buddy. And then, I lived in a really poor neighborhood. So what I would do is I would do the trash out. And I'd get couches, furniture, mattresses, stuff that I wouldn't keep for me, but I lived in a poor neighborhood. And I would wait till like 6 o'clock when everybody got home from work, drive around the hood, give people free stuff, mattresses, couches. And the poor people in the neighborhood, they can't afford to buy none of that stuff, you know what I mean? So, I had fun, man. It was good times, but, it got to the point where like, 70% of the customers were frugal, and they didn't respect your time. I had people that would call you, and you would drive across town. When you showed up, they changed their mind. They didn't want it anymore. I'm driving here with a truck and trailer. You know what I mean? Like, you got to respect my time. and then you'd quote them 240, which was the price back then. They try to give you 200 or 180. I'm like, dude, I gotta take the stuff to Fort Myers to the landfill. And then you had other people that they were just disrespectful. You know, they were kind of entitled, and it became difficult to keep that business going in Naples because the customer base. And then, like, when the landfill prices went up and the gas went up, I had to jack my price up to $300 a load, and then they didn't want to pay $300 a load. And it's like, well, I don't get to pick the gas price. I don't get to pick the landfill fees. When they jacked up the landfill fees and they jacked up the gas price, they still wanted the old price, and I couldn't do it. It's not up to me. It's a fuel surcharge. I don't get to pick it. They wanted me to take the loss. I can't take the loss. It's just the rich people down there, the vast majority of those people, they just want to exploit the regular working class person. I'm telling you, I met great people that were awesome, that helped me. We got some of those rich people. There's rich people down there in Naples that they'll buy a house for somebody poor and pay it off or whatever, I've seen rich people down there that, Katie, go to sleep. You got to go to work, man. What are you doing up this late? Why are you up this late, Katie? Go to sleep. You're supposed to be sleeping so you can make me money tomorrow. Why are you not sleeping, Katie? Vete a dormir, mija. Mira la hora. ¿Qué tú crees que la vida? Why are you up this late, Katie? Why are you not sleeping? Go to sleep, bro. Go to sleep, Katie. You messing up my money flow. So now you touching me my money right now. Yeah, she needs to go to sleep. She's got to work tomorrow. You miss me in Naples. I got you. No, there's rich people that are cool, man. There's rich people that they help the poor and they help their community. But, man, unfortunately, like 70% of these people, they only look at you as a servant. How can I exploit you? And those people ruin it for everybody else. She needs to go to sleep. So Enrique, she needs to go to sleep because we have to go. She's got to work tomorrow. She can't be up this late, man. Checking on her husband, making sure I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm good. She forgot to set the clock ahead. You need to go to sleep, Katie. Guys, I need to go to sleep too. I'm going to go home and go find out why Katie's not sleeping. It's been a pleasure to have you guys here. Sammy Sunshine, everybody here today. Miss Foster, everybody here today. Carol, Marisol, Enrique. Pórtate bien, Enrique. Enrique, you're going to get in trouble, papi. Estás peligroso. Enrique, I'm watching you, papi. I see what you're doing. Candela. Christian, everybody here. Nadia, Goon. Fuck my dog. Good night, everybody. Lisa as well. Everybody here, good night. King Jizzle, bro, peace. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to go see why Katie ain't sleeping. She needs to go sleep so she can go make me some money. Because I need my money. Island boy here. Y'all have a good night. I do got to get some sleep too myself. But it's been a pleasure to talk to you guys. And I haven't been uploading too much because I've been sick. But trust me, I want to work for you. I'm just too messed up. Love you guys. Have a good night. I know you guys got to go to work too. Hopefully. I'm out.